Greetings to the world, man. Greetings to the world, blessings and blessings. Thanks for being here again and for the second time. Really appreciate you guys. On your way in, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You don't know, this is the second upload for the video, and I'm going to do a video on the press release that FIFA announced just around an hour ago on the group stage pots. And guess what? We are hoping to salvage our World Cup qualifier campaigns. We might be out and buried, in the CONCACAF Group B, in CONCACAF, the World Cup qualifier in CONCACAF in Group B. We might be out and buried in that, but we still have one dege chance. You understand? Dege, long we need already. One dege chance, just a little bit of a pinch of another opportunity, a big grab of that big pie, JFF need to actually salvage their financial issue as well. They need that prize money. But Speedy, are you here to talk to? Look, we can have all our disagreement, we can have all our separate opinions and who is in and who is out. It doesn't matter. Speedy is in it at this moment. But it's not for talk about that right now. We talk about Speedy a little bit down in the show. The groups are announced. The 4 pots are announced, and the big guns, which typically be in part 1 and part 2, part 3, the Reggae Boys. The Reggae Boys and the rest of the playoffs team, for the FIFA playoff and also for the UEFA playoff. Everybody I got bungled up in a part 4. So part 4 I got contain of the European, playoff draw. But the strips already. But the Intercontinental, everybody I got pack up in a part 4. But I'm just saying, man, we're still hoping for the best. We still have a little bit of vibe. We're still hoping that the Reggae Boys and Rodal Speid, hope they can go do their job. You understand? We can't get rid of Speid at this moment, as it even announced on FIFA page that Speedy is the interim manager, will come in effect next month. But I'm here to talk about the potential big guns that the Reggae Boy team can face. The potential big guns that the Reggae Boys might face. But the Reggae Boys, if we can manage to get past New Caledonia and DR Congo, there will be at least one big team in our group. There will be at least one big team that will be in our group. So, part 1 consists of the three hosts, Mexico, Canada, and US. Guess what now? One of the procedures, if you come from the same confederation, except the 16 teams that will qualify from Europe, you cannot have the same teams that's coming from the same confederation. That's it no. So Reggae Boys, Haiti, Curacao, and Panama cannot, and Panama as well cannot draw in the same group stage as US, Mexico, and Canada. And also there only can be at least one, but no more than 2 European teams can be in the same group. So looking at part 1, contain of Spain, Argentina, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, and also Germany. The Reggae Boys can face any one of those teams. The Reggae Boys can face any one of those teams. You could manage. Could you imagine the Reggae Boys will have Brazil in their group? And also you can only have one team in a group from the same pot. You cannot have two teams from the same pot in the same group. That's null and void. That's not valid in the FIFA procedure for the group stage. So I'm looking at it, man. The potential Reggae Boys, Argentina. So if we manage to get Argentina, Argentina, there might be a potential in that group if the Reggae Boys can make it through. The 3 Lions, I would love to get England, in the World Cup group, especially with the heritage players that we have at our disposal as well, and the whole history of England and the Reggae Boys. So we can actually have Messi, Harry Kane, Cristiano Ronaldo, all the big guns, Vinicius, potential, who know if Neymar will be at the World Cup. Also, look, Brazil, we kind of narrowly missed out on facing the Brazil national team in the Copa America as well. But there will be at least one big guns. So if we go ahead and draw a European team, say England, Then part two will contain Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, Korea Republic, Ecuador, Australia, and Austria. I'm looking at part one thinking about, maybe, there's no easy team in the World Cup. Yeah, there's no easy team in the World Cup. But if you ask me, I would love the Reggae Boys to at least could possibly draw Australia, from part two in their group as well. You understand? And also Patrick Cantin of Norway, Erling Haaland. Panama, we cannot face them. Egypt, Mo Salah, Algeria, Riyad Mahrez, Scotland, the Scottish hero, Scott McTominay, and Paraguay, Miguel Almiron and co. Tunisia, is it Wahib Khazri still playing for Tunisia? Cote d'Ivoire, yeah, Cote d'Ivoire. Amad Diallo and friends. Uzbekistan, that player, is it that? I don't know nobody from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan, I don't know anyone from Uzbekistan. I think there's a forward though that play in one of those big European top leagues that play for Uzbekistan. Qatar, the previous host, and Saudi Arabia and South Africa. But if you ask me, look, I would love to either get one of those African team like a South Africa. Wouldn't want to face Egypt, but even though Egypt is kind of more a depleted, squad than previous World Cup, you understand? But no easy group. But I would say Uzbekistan, for the Reggae Boys. So that could be one of the easiest, a likely possible group that the Reggae Boys can face a team from part two or part three that we potentially can beat. Australia. There's Ecuador in it as well that we can face. But remember, you cannot have more than two, European team in the group. So there might be a potential there. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. Speedy, hope this is a early big motivation for you and the Reggae Boys looking at these spots and the potential big name brand team that we can get to face from part one. So I'm going to move on a little bit. I want to move on a little bit from the pots. Yeah, I want to move on a little bit from the pots. As I said, on December the 5th will be the group stage draw. The location will be John F. Kennedy Center for the performance art in Washington, D.C. at 12 noon Eastern time. And December the 6th, December the 6th will be the update match schedule, including a stadium assigned to each match, and the respective kickoff time will be confirmed on Saturday, December the 6th as well. So, moving away, from those things, yeah, as I said, let me know in the comment section which team you would love the Reggae Boys to, face from just part one. I'm going to read this article as well, coming from CBS Sports. The group, they coming from CBS Sports, the stage is set for the FIFA World Cup draw, which will take place on December the 5th at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. As FIFA has released the final pots for the 48 teams taking part in the World Cup, these spots are based on FIFA Men's World Ranking, with the three host countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico, being joined in part one by the 9 next highest ranked teams in those rankings. They are then followed by the next 12 highest ranked teams, making up part two, part three, and so on till part four includes the playoff winners from both UEFA playoff path and the Interconfederation playoffs. The following, the draw, the match calendar, and the stadium for the World Cup will be released on Saturday, December the 6th. To balance the draw to top four teams in FIFA, the top four teams in the FIFA ranking will be drawn with the constraint to keep them separate until the semi-final. Spain, Argentina, France, and England are the teams occupying those slots. It will see Spain and Argentina drawn into separate pathways, so they cannot meet before the final, with the same principle then being applied to France and England. So that is that, people. That is that. I'm also going to go ahead and read the other article in FIFA that released on November the 21st. That is last week, Friday. Jamaica appoint Speid for the FIFA playoffs tournament. So There's no removal of Rudolph Speid at this moment. At this time, we can all beat up our gums and say, hey, conflict of interest, it's right here on FIFA page. Yeah, it's right here on FIFA page. You can see the man himself stand up in the Adidas kit. Yeah, with the Cavalier crest on the right-hand side. Jamaica have turned to Cavalier technical director Rudolph Speid. That is a key word. Jamaica have turned to Cavalier technical director Rudolph Speid to guide the Reggae Boyz through the FIFA playoff. So FIFA did not say coach. So we could have care. Look, we could have talk all we want. Can't get Speid out of that position at this moment. It's something to have to take some drastic measure for Rudolph Speid to remove from his position. Rudolph Speid will serve as interim coach of the Reggae Boyz. He led the Jamaican side Cavalier to the 2024 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup title. Jamaica faced New Caledonia in the playoff semi-final on March the 26th in Guadalajara. So that is a key thing as well. The Reggae Boyz playoffs game will be in Guadalajara, Mexico, not in Monterrey. Suriname will be in Monterrey. That is the closest point from California, San Diego, to the Mexican border. Guadalajara is further south. I think it's southwest, further south, from the US border as well. Speid replaced Steve McLaren, who depart following Jamaica's failure to automatically qualify for the next year 48-team global showpiece when they draw 0-0 at home with Curacao on the final match day of the CONCACAF qualification. So this is a quote coming from the JFF. Mr. Rudolph Speid has been appointed to assume the role of the head coach effective on December 15, 2025 until March the 31st. That will be the final of the pathway the Reggae Boyz in March the 31st. While we are in discussion with Miguel Coley, agent to serve as assistant, said the JFF in an official statement. These appointments have been made to ensure the continuity in the team preparation and performance as the federation continue to finalize the necessary logistical and administrative arrangements. So, people, that is it. That is that right there. We cannot remove Rudolph Speid at this moment. We're going to have to get something, very powerful to get rid of Rudolph Speid at the Reggae Boyz on FIFA website. They said that Reggae Boyz have appointed Cavalier technical director. So they didn't say the coach. We all saying the coach, but we all know what the work Speid have done over the years at Cavalier. His job is like the head coach. Look, Speid have too much title, Speid have too much title on his name. At this time, when Speid is in the public, I don't think Speid should wear a hat at this moment because he cannot wear one hat. He have so many caps around the place. You understand? Different positions at different companies. One company alone with 4 or 3 different roles. So this is Speid right here. As I said, man, Speid are the brains for the football rules and laws. That's why he conquered all the coaches in Jamaica. That's why he seems to be the brightest mind, because you cannot blame him for this. This man studied the rule book of the football. Yeah, this man know how to bend, squeeze, everything you can think about, but he's yet to really break the law official where he will get a sanction. So we have to leave this man alone and just focus on our national team. So big up Speedy. Hope the pots make you get even more anxious, and the players as well, to say, listen, we're going to get past New Caledonia and also the DR Congo. So bless up to the people. Catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Bless up on yourself. I'm out.